Hey everyone, we've been using the Shimano 12-speed since it came out, and we settled on that combination of XTR shifted derailleur and XT cassette as a bit of a compromise since the XTR cassette was too expensive. Fast forward to 2025, and this is when Di2 came out as a full group set from brakes to shifted derailleur, cranks, and cassette. So what I have with me today is what's called an M8200 XT cassette. So let's do a quick video and see how is this the same or different with the M8100 that we've been using all this time. And I just mentioned the new cranks launched with the new group set, but can you tell me what they did not launch with that or relaunch? It was this. There is no new chains for the new drivetrain since the technology implied by their cassette and chain was launched in 2018. I actually have a video that I did not too long ago in which I talk about different technologies in use today and the shifting under load. And this is one of the two cassettes that Shimano launched with the new Di2. 10 to 51. They also have a 9 to 45. They used to have a 10 to 45 that I reviewed many years ago. I'll link it up in the corner. But for this, I'm going to look at construction. I'm going to look at any changes that they might have implemented, and then a little bit about installation and if there is any conclusion to this 8200 versus 8100. And just like in the past, the cassette is installed on a plastic tube. Pull on those last couple of cogs and the lock ring and it comes out. And after you remove this cardboard tab, if you remember from installation, this allows you to slip the rest of the cassette right in. That's because it's still built from pieces. So that's 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. 21 is already on the carrier itself. In here, you still have two spacers, and the bottom one is thicker than the one that sits right there. And the actual info for the cassette is here at the back, branding, and you can see clearly M8200 12-speed 1051 tooth. So 510%. The last two cogs are made out of aluminum. And here you see the interface for the Micro Spline freehub. Old 8100 is no different. You have the 5 loose cogs right here at the end. You have the aluminum spider inside, and you see the slightly different branding over here, definitely stating that this is an 8100 cassette made in Japan. Interestingly, that is not clearly stated here anymore, and you can see that difference in color between the old and the new. The new one is a dark gray, the old aluminum cogs used to be black. But are there any hard to spot differences between the new XT 8200 and the good old M8100? And if you read enough articles around the launch of these products, you're going to see that Shimano's talking about the thicker base of the teeth. There's no easy way for me to measure that. I don't see any significant difference on this side. However, there is quite a bit of a difference here on the back. If you look carefully, like how this aluminum spider pretty much extends all the way to the 51 tooth right here, and then you have the 46 attached to it, not to it, but to the carrier itself. If you look on the old one, you see how the aluminum spider pretty much extends to the 46, and then the 51 is pretty much attached to it. So you have the largest cog attached to the second largest cog, which is attached to the aluminum spider. In this case, you have pretty much the aluminum spider carrying all that heavy load, and you don't have the 51 relying on the good attachment and I guess good rivets here between the two largest cogs. Looking at the smallest 5 cogs, I don't see any difference between these. So if you ever need replacement cogs for your 8100, you can use the 8200 cogs, no problem. Shimano also says that the shift ramps are improved or changed for better shifting under load. Again, I looked long and hard at the two cassettes side by side, and if there's any changes in the shift ramps, I would say they're fairly minor and hard to spot with the naked eye. And if you're wondering about the weight of the new cassette, here's the old Spider and largest cogs, 389. I add the rest of the cassette, that brings it up to 471 grams for 8100. The new cassette, 381, just a Spider and the largest cogs. Add the rest in 458, so here we go, 13 grams lighter cassette. And yes, you are going to need the Micro Spline when installing the new cassette, and it's not that hard to do. I actually have the whole installation covered in a video that has more than 1.5 million views. I'm going to link it up in the corner, because there are a few things that are tricky, especially when you're installing the 10-tooth and the 12-tooth cog. As long as you pay attention to that, the installation, it's a no-brainer. You still need the 40 Newton meters of torque as mentioned right here on the lock ring itself. All right, so what did we learn today, folks? I think Shimano just improved the design slightly to get rid of the issues that were plaguing mostly the XTR cassettes, and I bet that had to do with the last 3 cogs, which in case of the XTR are made out of aluminum. There's only 2 aluminum cogs here, as you already know. This is a Micro Spline cassette, as we all know. It does need an HG Plus chain in order to be able to apply that power and shift under power the way Shimano said it could. But otherwise, this is a new cassette that works just like the old cassette. If you find the old cassette on sale, discounted from the price of an 8200, I would say get that one. We never ever had issues with the old cassette. If you buy new, I would say buy the 8200 with a couple of so-called improvements. They may or may not play a role in your riding experience, but if price is the same, I would definitely go and recommend to go with the M8200. What do you guys think? Have you tried the new 8200 cassette? Still winter here. Would you go with this one or the old if you had the option? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you guys found this useful, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, hope to see you folks on the trail. Why not riding some of the new Shimano Di2 group sets? Cheers, guys. Cheers.